There is a sudden shift in educational paradigm, especially on teaching learning, due to COVID-19 pandemic, which affects individual in the organization, especially the learners. Academic freeze is suggested by lawmakers, but the Department of Education really finds safe and innovative ways to continue education amid pandemic. Different perspectives on this issue arise. Let us watch this interview with my school principal on her perspective in the new normal education.
Okay, for the information of everyone, our school head, our new school principal is just installed this January 3, 2002 in school. She is the former assistant principal at Himagango National High School for the senior high school department. So let's get started, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, ready?
Okay. So my first question for you, ma'am, is being the school administrator, how do you envision the educational system today and tomorrow?
Nowadays, education has a big twist. But pandemic won't stop the education system, especially in the Philippines. With the new normal, DepEd designed the basic education learning continuity plan that ensures the safety of students, teachers, and staff. It also intends to give quality distance learning by using self-learning modules and the integration of RPI or the radio-based instruction and the TVI, television-based instruction and the use of internet. This is the era of digitization, whether we like it or not. We have to adapt the paperless and contactless or no face-to-face communication, yet education continues.
Okay, very well said, ma'am.
Quality education. Quality education. It is defined as one that focuses on the whole child, the social, emotional, mental, physical, and cognitive development of each student, regardless of gender, race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, or geographic location. It prepares the child for life, not just for testing. It provides all learners with what they need to become economically productive, leading to holistic development and sustainable lifestyle. It also leads to peaceful and democratic societies and strengthens one's well-being. The Philippine education system today. It is offered through formal and non-formal systems. For the formal education, we have the primary school or the primary education starts with the kindergarten, then grade 1 until grade 6. We have the junior high school or the lower secondary education from grade 7 to grade 10. The senior high school or the upper secondary education from grades 11 to 12. And we have the college degree. Then after college degree, some are pursuing for graduate school. We have also the non-formal education. This focuses on skills training and development. And these are the common TESDA courses. There are 6 dimensions of education. First is equity. This refers to the equal access of all Filipino children to quality and basic education. Second, contextualization and relevance. Lessons shall be aligned with the MELC and contextualized based on the needs of the learners, cultures, and traditions in their locality. Third, child-friendly teaching and learning. This is to develop a conducive learning environment for children. Fourth is sustainability. The fifth one, balanced approach. And the sixth one, learning outcomes. Learning outcomes of students must be relevant to their education or to the lessons given to them for them to acquire lifelong skills that can be used in their daily existence. How quality is quality education in the new normal educational system? Let me present to you the interview with my school principal.
How quality is quality education in the new normal educational system?
As educator, we are sure to deliver the quality education. In this time of pandemic, we assure that lessons given to our learners anchored to the MELC are the most essential learning competencies. But the question is the process. How do parents help them or the learners understand the lesson, especially when parents are undergrad or elementary level only? Fortunately, DepEd used different platforms to assist the delivery of quality education. Just like as I said a while ago, the radio-based instruction, internet, and even the television-based instruction.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Maylin.
Let's have the comparison of the education yesterday and today. Mode of instruction. Before pandemic, we have the face-to-face instruction. During the pandemic, we have the blended instruction that comprise of modular, both digital and printed. Some schools offer digital for those students who have laptops, desktop at homes, or smartphones, which they use the USB. And for the schools who don't have access to these gadgets, they prefer the printed modules. Another is the television-based instruction, in which the government supports DepEd to deliver quality and equal access of education. So we have the TVI or the television-based instruction, which offers different lessons from kindergarten down to senior high school. Another is the radio-based instruction or the RBI. This instruction is given to those students who have radios at home and to those students who don't have television and are found in far-flung areas. And we have also the online instruction. These are just accessible to students who have the luxury of gadgets or the technology. The table shows the total enrollment of elementary, junior high school, and senior high school per modality. As we can see, the modular print has the highest total number of enrollment. Why? Because it is accessible and inexpensive on the part of the parents and of the students. Learning acquisition or the teaching learning. Before pandemic, teacher-guided learning. During pandemic, self-learning, wherein students learn by their own and sometimes guided by the parents, elder siblings, relatives, or friends. Before pandemic, learners are dependent on teachers because they can ask questions. They can interact. During pandemic, learners become independent. They learn how to learn by their own. During pandemic, there is a physical interaction with peers because that is face-to-face. During pandemic, they have virtual interaction, especially those who have online classes. Before pandemic, there is time limits in doing activities, but during the pandemic, there is time freedom. Students can have the freedom of time whether they will answer the exercises in that span period of time or not. Lessons and student progress. Before pandemic, all lessons are aligned with MELC. During pandemic, still lessons are aligned with MELC. Before pandemic, teachers prepared daily lesson log or DLL with students' outcomes. During pandemic, teacher prepared weekly home learning plan or WHLP. Before pandemic, students' progress are tracked right away, and it is written at the back of our DLL. But during the pandemic, students' progress are tracked but not right away. For enrollment, before pandemic, there is increasing enrollment trend. During pandemic, enrollment decreased. As we have shown in the graph below, the data on the primary and secondary education enrollment rate for the 3 consecutive school years from academic year 2018 to 2019 down to academic year 2020-2021. As we have seen, from academic 2018-19 to academic 19-20, that is before the pandemic, there is an increasing enrollment. Then, it really decreased from academic 2019 to 2020 down to academic year 2020-2021. A data also shown in the graph for the tertiary education enrollment rate. There is also a fluctuating trend from the academic year 2018-2019 down to academic year 2020-2021. So it has really a significant decrease due to COVID-19 pandemic. Out of school youth, before pandemic, we have only 89% of the total school age population, or equivalent to 1.52 million, who are not enrolled in school. During the pandemic, it is close to 4 million. This increase in number is very alarming. This time, we will be informed by the interview with my school principal on the comparison of educational system before and during the new normal.
Ma'am, being the school administrator, if you are to compare the educational system before and during the new normal, how could that be?
If I were to compare the education system before and during the new normal, it has a big difference. Big difference in a sense that there are less interaction between teacher and learners. Some students don't have smartphones to be updated with the lessons, informations, and even remediations for them. Teachers are bombarded with the workloads such as printing, sorting, checking, and other online reports to be submitted urgently. Yet, we assure that education shall continue. Learning takes place in season or out of season, on easy or difficult time.
For almost 2 school years of education amid pandemic, these are the top concerns. First, money for mobile load. We all know that lot of people lose their jobs during the pandemic. Second, lack of gadget. Most of the parents, especially in far-flung areas, do not have the capacity to provide or buy gadget for their children and able to compete with other children in the cities, especially in the online class. Third is the poor internet signal. In the Philippines, we have very unstable internet signal and we cannot deny that fact. Fourth, students struggle to focus and learn online. Fifth, parents' lack of knowledge of kids' lesson. This one, most parents nowadays, especially in the far-flung areas, do not have sufficient knowledge because some are elementary level, elementary undergraduate, some are high school level, or high school graduate. And what they learned before is very different from today's lesson of their children. And now, may I present you the interview with my school head, presenting the real experience during this new normal educational system.
What are the challenges encountered by the schools or being the school administrator in this new normal educational system?
Being a new administrator in this new normal system, it takes a lot of challenges. But as administrator, we need not only the power, even knowledge, but wisdom. Wisdom to deal with different people, different negative scenario as we encounter pandemic, into a and bringing it into a positive or brighter one. It will always be anchored to depth and mission, vision, and core values to deliver quality education despite the surge of pandemic. Again, this is a shared responsibility for each and every one of us, and even I cannot do it without the support from the teachers, from the stakeholders, and from above. That's all. Thank you, Ma'am Freddy.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Maylin. It's good to be with you in this school. It's good that you have given me the time to interview you for this purpose. Thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.
Economy is the basis of society. When the economy is stable, society develops. This afternoon, we will know deeper what is economic development. Economic development is the creation of wealth from which community benefits are realized. It is more than a jobs program. It's an investment in growing your economy and enhancing the prosperity and quality of life for all residents. Economic development means different things to different people. How does education contribute to economic development? Provides a foundation for development, the groundwork on which much of our economic and social well-being is built. It is the key to increasing economic efficiency and social consistency. It helps to raise the poor from poverty by increasing the value and efficiency. Education is the basic factor in economic development. It has important role in social mobility, equity, public health, better opportunities for employment. Philippine economic development in new normal. There is a solid growth prior to the COVID-19 pandemic of over 6%. Unfortunately, it went way down in 2020 due to the shutdown of 75% of the economy at the peak of the Enhanced Community Quarantine or ECQ. Moreover, due to the country's better management of risk, the Philippine economy grew 4 to 5% in 2021 and 7 to 9% in 2022. Schools' economic development in new normal. Construction of school buildings are temporarily suspended to avoid the surge of COVID-19 infection. COVID-19 facilities like hand washing, equipment like alcohol dispenser, thermal scanner, and others, and materials like face mask, face shield, and others become schools' top budget priority. Schools prioritize budget for supplies in module reproduction or printing, distribution, and retrieval. Moreover, our division, Schools Division of Cotabato, also allotted supplemental budget for module reproduction. Construction of makeshift building which serves as quarantine facilities in school is encouraged. This time, I'll be presenting you a video clip on the interview with the school principal.
In the aspect of economic development, Ma'am, do the schools affected by it? Why?
Yes. Even though we have less activities, but the demands of supplies just like printing, bond papers, inks, and other health supplies increased. IGP stocks like canteen, other fundraising activities led by the PTA stopped also. But we believe proper budgeting and identifying the priorities will keep us sustained and deliver the quality education of Baliki High School.
Thank you so much, Ma'am.
Here is another video clip asking what are the mechanisms conducted by the school administrator to augment economic challenges.
You have mentioned earlier, ma'am, that school really affected by economic development. Being the school administrator, what are the mechanisms conducted by the school to augment it?
Strengthen linkages. I do believe that having a shared responsibility from our partners like BLGO, parents, NGOs, and other private entities, we can have a better, stronger organization that will help us deliver sufficient and quality education in this time of pandemic.
Social and human relation. Influence of technology in social and human relation grows exponentially and has reached a wider scope during the new normal through the help of the different social media online platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Messenger, Zoom, Meet, and others. But let us know first what is meant by social and human relation. Social relation is any relationship between two or more individuals with the goal of communicating with others. It is also known as social interaction, wherein a face-to-face process consisting of actions, reactions, and mutual adaptation between two or more individuals exist. Types of social relation. There are 5 types. We have exchange, competition, conflict, cooperation, and accommodation. Exchange. Social exchange advances the idea that relationships are essential for life in society, and that it is in one's interest to form relationships with others. Second, competition. It is a contest between people or groups of people for control over resources. In this definition, resources can have both literal and symbolic meaning. People can compete over tangible resources like land, food, and mates, but also over intangible resources such as social capital. Competition is the opposite of cooperation and arises whenever two parties strive for a goal that cannot be shared. Competition can have both beneficial and detrimental effects. Positively, competition, if it follows rules of conduct, may serve as a form of recreation, or it helps to motivate people to perform the role society asks of them. On the negative side, competition can cause injury, psychological stress, inequality, lack of cooperation, and even conflict. Third, conflict. Social conflict is the struggle for agency or power within a society. It occurs when two or more people oppose one another in social interactions, reciprocally exerting social power in an effort to attain scarce or incompatible goals and prevent the opponent from attaining it. Conflict is a normal part of social life rather than an abnormal occurrence. There are 3 tenets of conflict. Society is composed of different groups that compete for resources. While society may portray a sense of cooperation, a continual power struggle exists between social groups as they pursue their own interests. And last, social groups will use resources to their own advantage in the pursuit of their own goals, frequently leading powerful groups to take advantage of the less powerful groups. Fourth, cooperation. Cooperation is the process of two or more people working or acting together. It enables social reality by laying the groundwork for social institutions, organizations, and the entire social system. Without cooperation, no institution beyond the individual would develop. Cooperation derives from an overlap in desires and is more likely if there is a relationship between the parties. This means that if two people know that they are going to encounter one another in the future, or if they have memories in the past cooperation, they are more likely to cooperate in the present. The last one is accommodation, that is accommodating one's idea which may strengthen social relation. Social relation in new normal. The sudden social isolation led to staff and students experiencing problems of lack of social interactions, motivation, and mental health problems such as boredom, loneliness, and anxiety. Online social relations, like virtual communities, are described as groups where relationships form and whose members provide each other with companionship, information, and social support. That is from Sproul and Farah of 1997. Social communication also is considered as the fastest and convenient way of communication through social media platforms. Please watch this short video clip on how a school administrator define social and human relation in the new normal.
How do you define social and human relation in the new normal? How about the new normal educational system, ma'am?
People nowadays connect only through FB, messengers, or phone calls, having a casual relationship. Unlike the normal scenario, people talked, socialized, and having intimate relationship because of often and face-to-face communication. Relationships are crucial to our survival as human race. We heard a lot of sad stories like suicidal nowadays because of a weak human relationship. It provides us nurturing environment for our development. As best example of this is the Nescafe advertisement. Kanino ka bumabangon? It enhances our life opportunities and extends our survival.
Here are the benefits of social media in social and human relations. First, build relationships. It connects one another throughout the globe. Enrich and strengthen relationships through regular and constant communication with the use of social media. Second, share expertise. While using the social media, one can share their skills to someone. Example, cooking a dish you haven't tried yet. With the help of someone through a video call guidance, you can now cook your favorite dish. Third, increase visibility. Gadgets nowadays are enhanced with different specs of camera. That's why we can see each other while communicating. Fourth one is educate oneself. We can educate oneself by trying the different mechanisms on social media relations. And the last one, connect anytime. With the use of internet, we can now connect anytime to our family who are far from us, to our loved ones, and inform them of the situations we have so that they can give immediate action or seek help from others in times of needs or emergencies. Now, I will show you a short video clip on the challenges encountered by the school in this new normal educational system.
What are the challenges encountered by the schools or being the school administrator in this new normal educational system?
Being a new administrator in this new normal system, it takes a lot of challenges. But as administrator, we need not only the power, even knowledge, but wisdom. Wisdom to deal with different people, different negative scenario as we encounter pandemic into a bringing it into a positive or brighter one. It will always be anchored to depth and mission, vision, and core values to deliver quality education despite the surge of pandemic. Again, this is a shared responsibility for each and every one of us, and even I cannot do it without the support from the teachers, from the stakeholders, and from above. That's all. Thank you, Ma'am Freddy.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Maylin. It's good to be with you in this school. It's good that you have given me the time to interview you for this purpose. Thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.